The most important thing that we've realized and maybe didn't even expect was there are conversations that happen that never would have happened before. When you kind of tear apart your business processes, talk about why they are the way they are and put them back together, and then make things more visible, bring more people's perspectives into the design. Once it's up and running, you start to have conversations like, why is this way? Or I didn't know we sold that much of that item, or I didn't know the pricing was this, or inventories were that. And before, if you think about it, with at least the 4 operating companies, all those conversations maybe happened in the silos, but across the companies, it probably didn't happen much. So I think that was one, I would say completely unforeseen, but definitely beneficial, but maybe unexpected outcome of it. As far as the actual business case of why we did the initiatives that we did, well, we have seen inventory reductions. So the companies that are live have physically been able to reduce their physical inventories, so freed up cash essentially. We've also been able to make data visible. We had a goal of being more data driven, and so we've been able to do some business intelligence solutions on top of the AX transactional system that let individuals, see data in more real time. We have real-time inventory, which we never had before. So definitely from a supply chain standpoint and a production standpoint, that's been helpful. We've also been able to optimize some of our costs with regard to freight and purchasing, because we have been able to form a shared services division for all companies. Before, every company had purchasing, they had transportation, they had all these things across all the companies. And now we've been able to consolidate that, and so you can leverage your spending better when you have more transportation, for instance, or when your purchasing power goes up because I'm buying now for everybody. And so we have been able to follow through on some of those metrics and actually measure that we reduce cost in those areas as well. So I think in general, the visibility to information has been significant, and we are just now standing up some business intelligence solutions around sales and profitability. And so the margin enhancements that we were after, where we can specifically see like what's the margin on this customer or this item, we're basically working on rolling out right now. So some of those metrics that we expected at the outset we'll just now be getting into. So that's an exciting phase for us too. So from a high strategic level, Kent, like a lot of organizations, is focused on growth, and we've got strategic targets, out over the longer term planning horizon, and those are really around specific goals around profitability, kind of our margin portfolio, the data-driven decision-making culture that I talked about. And I think Dynamics AX has and will continue to help in all of those areas. We also do acquisitions from time to time, strategic acquisitions that we feel fit into our portfolio. And in the past, with all legacy systems and silos, you'd bring on an acquisition and it'd be months, well, it wouldn't be months, it'd be years, and that company would still be forced to operate on its own infrastructure, its own duplicative expenses and things, not really leveraging the Kent Corporation side. And I think the Microsoft tool has allowed us to get a baseline for data-driven decision-making, insights to customer experience, insights to our operational processes, our quality processes, more capability to support customers and vendors with things like EDI and portals and things like that, that going into the future is going to be table stakes for a lot of large customers. I think with Dynamics we've got a very good platform to continue to grow down that path.